guys, it's Jeanette with Backland Creations. Come on in and let me know that you're here, where you're watching from. What are you doing on this late Friday evening? Where's all my night owls? I think I'm the last one of the night. Not quite sure. I rushed home. Hi, Miss Patty. How are you? Did it snow over that way? It snowed today here. Up at work, at least it did. Nothing that's stuck on the ground or anything, but it did snow a little bit. Hi, Deanne. How are you, girl? No snow, just cloudy. It snowed. I mean, it came down up at work, but it didn't stick on the ground or anything. So tonight we're going to do something that I haven't done for a while. I'm not going to use deco mesh, so I'm just going to use florals and greenery, but we're going to use a paint stick. My good old lucky paint stick. This one is a 5-gallon paint stick. So it's... Oh, I didn't turn it off. It's 21 inches long, including the little handle. I used to make centerpieces with deco mesh and florals and everything with these. This is an old one that I just took apart. Hi, Cheryl. How are you this evening? So this is what we're going to use tonight. We're going to use a 5-gallon paint stick. First thing I want to do is I just want to cover it because it is going to be hanging up. I have this burlap. I don't know where I got it from. It might have been Hobby Lobby, but it's sticky on the back. So you peel the back of it off, and you can stick it. Hi, Deb. Thank you. So we are going to cover the back of our stick, just so we can, cover it up a little bit. Don't have to look like... Hi, Nick. First time viewer, well, welcome. Hi, Monica on YouTube. So I got Patty and Monica on YouTube. I am streaming to both. Hi, Tracy. You live in Petersburg, Virginia. Welcome. Tonight we're going to do something with florals like everybody has done today. I'll spend the weekend. Hi, Miss Tracy. Spend the weekend catching up with some lives. I poked in a little bit earlier on a couple. I worked 10 hours today and I have an hour and a half of driving time, so I didn't get to do much. So we just stuck that. Like I said, I don't remember where I got this. I think it was Hobby Lobby, but it's just burlap. It's like 2 inches, and it's sticky on the back. Very nice for a lot of different things. And go in the trash. So I just covered the back of the stick. This will be where we're going to put our florals, so you're not going to see that, so it's not no big deal. Get that out of the way. So I have done these types of things several different ways. I have put deco mesh on it. That's what all these little marks are, is where I put my pipe cleaners. Hey, Lori, you're up late, girl. So you can put deco mesh and put ribbons and bows and florals and all your other things. Thanks, Nick. Thank you. Yes, if you aren't over on my YouTube page, it's the same thing, Our Backland Creations, and I'd love for you to go over there and subscribe. If I ever, Facebook is like Mr. FB is like real wonky one night, you can always jump over there because that's where I'll be. So we're just going to leave that to the back. I do have, this is paper covered wire. This is a little bit thicker. I have thinner and I have thicker. I just made 2 little loops on the bottom. Made them a little bit bigger because I figured, hi Anita, I'd have to, wiggle. So that way we'll be able to hang it. Okay. And if you didn't want that to slide or anything, I think once we get our florals, it won't slide, but you could glue that down. So I have some Monstera leaves. Believe it or not, I think a lot of this came from Walmart. Hi, Diane. How are you? It is cold, Lori. I don't normally like to drive with my coat on, but I drove with my coat on today on the way home. Just a little bit chilly. So I got 2 leaves per packet. The reason I'm going with these is because these bundles that I bought, and girl, I bought these, I'm going to say 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah. But I do like to buy bushes, bundles, whatever you want to call them. Tracy, I live in Ohio. Hi, Johnson from Wisconsin. So I like these because it's already picked out greenery. It's picked out florals. So today we're going with a little lime and yellow. And we're going to stick some lemons in here too. So first I just want to get these. So the leaves are the same shape. They're not the exact same leaf. My daughter likes to grow the monsteras. I can't remember if my granddaughter has one. So I have 6 of these leaves. So we're going to help. What we're going to do is it's 39 in Indiana. I know it might have got to 40. I'm not real sure, but it's a little nippy. And snowy and rainy and all yucky. I work in a new office now, so at least I have a window next to me. I can look outside. My old office, I was like in the inside and I didn't have no windows. So we're just gonna lay. This is all we're doing is laying, because then we're gonna use zip ties to attach it all. And then if we need some glue, we'll stick her in there. So right now I'm just kind of laying these on the back. If they're too long, you can cut them. So this is our midpoint. So right here where my hands are, this is our midpoint. So these are in bundles. I have 4, but I don't know that I want to leave them bundled like that. Plus they're way too long. So we're gonna cut them apart. Cincinnati, that's about 4 hours from me. I've been through there. Whoop. I just stabbed a leaf. Dangerous with a pair of scissors, I guess. If you wouldn't mind sprinkling me out, I'd appreciate it. This actually is zip tied. They covered the zip tie with raffia. So we'll just cut that. I'm ready for spring. Well, spring is here, but Mother Nature didn't get the memo. She's still waiting. Yeah, well, I had a window, but it was to the inside of the mall. It was like frosted glass. It's actually an old mall. So only daylight I got was from the skylight out in the corridor. And here lately it's just been gloomy. So yeah, I have great big windows now. And I actually have friends to talk to. It was a little lonely at the old office. Not as many people. And now there's lots more people. A lot different environments, a very better environment. So I'm actually going to just undo at least 2 of these. And we'll go from there. These are nice to make instant swags. You can literally take one and done and put a bow in the middle. Thank you, Tracy. Much appreciated. See if I can find that. Boy, they put a lot of raffia on this tonight. Sometimes I listen to people's lives on the way home. Hey, girl, Nadia. We had 4 days of rain. I know it's been miserable. Oops. Oh, I guess I don't want to tear off. Sometimes you can just rip them off real hard. This one does not want to go. I don't know if anybody's done this today. Like I said, I have not watched anybody's lives. So I think what I want to do is, these are not wired, so I can't like just bend them any which way I want. I think I'm going to go ahead and put one zip tie on them now. And we'll just build upon it. This is an easy way to make a swag. If you don't wonder what kind of base that you need, a stick. Or actually, like I said, with these, you really don't even need, if you have a lot of long stem florals, you can just use the florals themselves. You really don't have to have a base. But we're going to do one. I have lots of zip ties tonight. If you ever work with florals and grapevines, we use lots of zip ties when they cooperate. I like the real skinny ones. I don't like those real big fat ones because they kind of get in the way. My fingers aren't working tonight. There we go. So we'll just make sure that's pulled tight. And then we have our first, we do bend a little bit. So this is just our base. Oops, this one flipped up. There we go. So this is just our base. You can see it. There. Okay. I have a shop vac under me, under here. I have it plugged in. I just turn it on and suck everything up. That's why I just throw it on the floor. So now we want to work on our big, bushy, long florals that, oh gosh, there's another zip tie down here. Jeez. Of course, I'll probably cut these off a little bit. So we have some big yellow. I am poor with flower names. Don't ask me what it is. I know that is a Monstera because I had a label on it. That's how I roll. So I had these bent in a pot. I have a very long, skinny closet, and one of my sons helped me put some furring strips up, and then I nailed or screwed with washers some buckets, and that's what I keep all my florals in. Makes it really nice. Yeah, our kitten loves to get in there. I was looking around for florals a while ago, and she got in there. And you're the same way, Monica. I think that one got a little dilapidated, so we're not going to use that one. Have you guys ever refreshed florals? I'm sure not. Nadia, you're not allowed to answer because I know you know. How do you refresh faux florals if they're, let's use these. So these are a little, they got a little smushed. Maybe something else was up next to it. Anybody have an idea? It's a steamer. That's right, Lori. JoJo taught me this, gosh, years ago. And it really does work. Because, when they ship these things, they are crammed in boxes. So this will make the wrinkled leaves open up. This is just like $18. Does a blow dryer work? I've never had much luck with a blow dryer because I think it's the moisture that helps get them. I guess it would probably depend on how swooshed they are. So see? Oops, right there. JoJo taught you that too? Yep. I like that one. My old one that finally gave up, when you plugged it in, it started blowing steam. That one, you plug it in and it starts heating up, and then you push the button to get some steam out. Isn't that a neat trick? We're going to cut a little of these off. We don't need these stems quite so long. I don't want my leaves. So these leaves are called pushers. You can keep them or not keep them. You do need some greeneries when you're making some designs. But a lot of times we don't keep the ones on the greenery that it comes with, or the floral. So what I do on this side, I will probably do on that side. Not everything, but I want to keep it going back and forth. There's that extra zip tie. When I do floral arrangements, I make a mess. I got florals everywhere. I'll have stem cuts everywhere. And then I never know what all I need. So there's always a bucket full of remnants. My floral remnants behind me. These got some heavy duty stems in them, which I guess is a good thing. And then how far out do I want these? You want them to overlap a little bit because when you connect them together, that gives you your stability. Let's see what we got going on here. We got our green flowers and our white ones. Oh, we might have to revive these a little bit. And it works on the leaves too. It also works on, say you made a bow out of wired ribbon, and then you took it apart. So it's got where you twisted all the ribbons at. It will actually help. It won't completely get rid of all of them. They are pretty. They're actually Walmart flowers. I bought them, gosh, probably 3 years ago, at least. But I usually take my ribbon and just run it across here, and it takes the wrinkles, most of the wrinkles, right out. Okay. So we're just going to layer back and forth. I said I had them bent in a bucket, so they kind of got a little smushed. So let's see here. Actually, I want that below these. Once you get them snipped together, you can actually start pulling them every which way but loose. Especially if they have wires in them. Some of these don't. Some of these are really hard plastic where they will, kind of bend whatever way you want. That's the one good thing about florals. If you find a piece you don't want, just cut it out. We have these. I think these were above these. So you want to try to layer them in the same way, the same kind of layers, just because it'll look the same on each side. Now we're going to get some more zip ties. If I can find where they went. Oh, they're there. Because you don't want even though these are 11-inch zip ties, you don't want them to have to zip up too much, or else you'll have loose ones in the middle. But that's where your glue could come in handy and just want to make it really tight. And one of the reasons I like to do it this way, because if you get tired of the arrangement you have, but the flowers are still in decent shape, you can just cut your zip ties and make something new. So now we can bend up. Flowers don't grow in a straight line. So these are on wire. See, that one's a little swooshed. Little swooshed. Is everybody ready for the weekend? What are your plans for the weekend? Mine is more running. I have an eye doctor appointment tomorrow. Fun. I need new glasses really bad. Those of you that have been around a while know I say I can't see. So we're going to bend some of these up. Just to get them integrated with each other. Ooh, you're a little fluffy. Okay. So here's what we got. I'll kind of do it this way. It's kind of wide. Because you can see the back, all we see is zip ties and that hanger. So let's get our bow in the middle and then we can build around it. So my other bow maker's downstairs, so we'll use my smaller one. And here we go. This is actually Christmas ribbon from Walmart. Oh, you're having your family Easter tomorrow? That's cool. So we're going to start with some lovely Ferris silk ribbon. It's got lemons on it. I always like mine. Now this is really wide. This is 4-inch ribbon. So sometimes I will cut it in a dovetail. My other scissors downstairs, I think they are. We'll see. Oh, no, they're not. I have one good pair of scissors. Sorry about that. For cutting material and ribbon. So I will dovetail this, but if I don't like it, I'm gonna see the layers come apart. So when the layers come apart, I don't like to do that because then it looks tacky. Hey girl. So we're just gonna take this, and it's kind of like a tool on the back, but we're just gonna fold it over on itself. And it's got some massive wire in it. It's not going anywhere. And we'll do that on the other side. So I don't want real wide tails or real long tails. So we're only going about 9 inches. At least not on this one. I like a 4-inch just for that massive pattern in the back. And I can't make, we're going to do 7-inch loops. I can't make hand bows because I have arthritis. It just hurts too bad. Before I get second layer in, I'm already cramping. So you can see here, this ribbon, this is Ferris silk, so you know it's a little more expensive than your normal ribbon, but if you use it wisely, like my 4 inches usually only have 1 loop on each side, and then maybe 2. It lasts you forever. At least me. Some of it. The 4-inch anyway. Anything else, I can't make no promises. Because here's another Ferris silk, and that one's one of my favorites, so I use it a lot. So we'll roll this side up too. If you wanted to put a little Mod Podge on the end of the ribbon tail just to make those 2 layers stay together, you could, but I would soon just fold them. It's going to be a massive one. Oops. There's my wire. So here's the other coated wire that I use. It's real thin. Okay. So this is my ticking for Christmas. But I like it none the same. I don't care what season I bought it in. So my tails will be just a little bit smaller. as well as my loops. And then we just keep on going down. I don't know if that was the cat or my granddaughter. So you want your loops to go down a little bit shorter so you can see the one behind it. If you have trouble making bows, just keep at it. I'm trying to see my size here. Sometimes I can gauge it, sometimes I can't. So I'm going to put 2 loops here. When I first started making wreaths 4 years ago, I couldn't make bows at all. I was so mad. Now I love to make bows. I had a lot of bows last year. I gave some away. I took some apart. Just used the ribbon and crafts. Thank you, Patty. Patty says, really pretty bow on YouTube. You can have your loops or your tails go one way. On this particular arrangement, I will. Sometimes I do the funky bow and they go every which way. Here's what we got so far. Oh, this is Ferris silk too. It's a little yellow dot. Yeah, Monica, I do. I used to have some on my Etsy page, but I think those finally sold. My husband makes fun of me because I'll say, I'm going to make a real tiny bow. And he's like, you can't make a tiny bow. I'm like, but I try. Ferris silk has a really good wires in them. And they really, I mean, you can flatten it and then it just puffs right back up. It's like you'd have to basically light it on fire to get rid of your bow. And if you use your more expensive ribbons wisely, you can mix them in with some. Well, hello, Teresa. You can mix them in with other things, and it just brings more it makes your creation look higher end. Because some of the ribbon that Ferris Silk and D. Stevens have is really, really nice. Of course, it's really, really expensive. I think the most expensive ribbon I've ever bought was $50. And then we're going to use the black Ferris Silk. This one's probably my favorite. I think I'm on my 3rd roll of it. But if you watch Ribbons to Bows, that's where I've gotten a lot of my Ferris Silk. Sometimes some of us, yes, Deanne, I still make big bows. My husband makes the small bows. He's deemed him a Floyd bow. It's the only kind of bow he can make. This one's going to be really thick. The first time I made a really, really big bow, I had one really, really tall. The stack in the middle of this was super big. And I got my pipe cleaner around it and my zip tie, and my stack went like this, just folded on itself and went everywhere. I left it. I walked out of the room. I think I came back the next day. So I like to arrange my loops and my tails before I cinch it together. Just that way you can kind of get them going the direction that you want. You can make bows on a bow dabber where you already have the string down under. I don't like making bows on it. I like to make it, I have a bow dabber just to hold my stuff. So on this, I'm going to use this wire. I usually double it up. It's kind of thin. The other one's too thick. This one's too thin. So I just twist this one together. Because you definitely want to put your wire in here before you cinch everything up. So I picked mine up a little bit funnier than everybody else. Just so, because I think it's my arthritis. Get your pipe cleaner or your zip tie over on your, tell me that's not one of the dead ones. It's not tightening up. I found a couple duds where they won't tighten up. Oh, now I gotta do it one-handed. Lord help me. Sometimes getting the little end in that little box is a little trying. Oh, come on. Be nice. Please. Pretty please. It's not one to play nice. It hasn't. Oh, there we go. I didn't want to let go of my ribbons. Okay. So that middle part's your stack. You don't want everything to fold over before you can get it kind of tight. I don't tighten it clear down until I have things where I want them. This time I'm pulling all my tails down. And then I check and see if my loops are the same size before I tighten it up. Of course they're not. Even with a bow maker. It's been a while since I made any big bows. Let's see, probably pull that one. There we go. It's better. Put your single in the middle of your double. Okay. Pull it down as tight as you can get it. That's why I don't use just pipe cleaners, because zip tie will make them tighter. And if you do it super tight, you don't have to worry about seeing down into the middle. Yeah, Patty, I told her I sell them at craft shows. I sell them. Sometimes we'll sell them over in my booth. I have a booth here in town at a local store. Christmas time is probably the more season that I sell them. I have a couple older ladies that like just to put a big bow on their door. So you just want to open up all your loops. It's running out of time. That's why I usually make my bows beforehand, but I wanted to show you. So now we're going to put this bad boy right in the middle. Come on, wire. There we go. It's a little short this time. Nope, the other way. Okay, we're going to do it we're going to do it the hard way. Thank you. A lot of times I use wire. Sometimes I use another zip tie. That's what we're going to do this time. Thank you, Heather. Heather makes hand bows. I'm so jealous. Thank you, Patty. These zip ties tonight are just giving me all kinds of fits. That's another dud. Did I do it the right way? I did. But it's a dud. Thank you, Teresa. So we're just going to, let's just take this out. See if we can slide this in here. Hopefully we can. I'm smushing my bow. I'll have to fluff it back up. So I just put that in that zip tie that I put around the bow. See? Silk's resilient. Thank you for the hearts, Patty. Just flip it around here. So really, for a nice little swag, you can, I've hung them above my mailbox. My mailbox is up on my porch. That way they don't get full sun. All around here. So I made those back loops 8 inches just because I knew I had a pretty good span to cover. And then we want to take because this fair silk has really nice wire in it. It is like super duper strong. This one's a little long. It's always better to cut your tails a little long. You can trim them off versus going, oh no, I ruined my design because I cut them too short. And there's ways around that. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this. I know it's one of my favorites, Heather. I think I'm like on my 3rd or 4th roll. So here's where I like to put my bow in, and then if there's any spots around, you're fine, Heather. But I do love the black and white. I have a yellow and white. I have the yellow and white polka dot. So this is all fair silk except for this one's just a little Christmas Walmart. So if we want to, we can see here what I got matchy. Oh, we didn't get our lemons in. Now these leaves, I'm sorry, they go away. Thank you, Cheryl. Heather will agree with me. Some leaves are just awful. They are. I'm sorry. Ugh. I used to save them for my granddaughter because she had a little pet gerbil. When I say it was fake, that he had to eat them. I mean, I don't need all these lemons, but oh well. Okay, so I'm just going to set these in here, and I can stitch them in, rounding down. So what I'll do is I'll put them in. Oh, that one went right under the zip tie. Lost for words tonight. All I can say is when I get older, I hope I'm not mean to people, because some of these older people that I have to deal with are just downright mean. We were talking about the saying, who says bless your heart? Who knows what that means? If you're from the South, you know. Is bless your heart something nice to say or something not so nice to say? We had this discussion in the office today. Because we have a couple young girls that work with us, and they didn't know what bless your heart means. Well, and the one lady said blessings to you. Okay, Cheryl. She's laughing. So if I said bless your heart, probably better turn around and run. It's not so nice. Patty, it is not nice to say. Hi, Vivian. If you're from the South and someone tells you bless your heart, that means you're not nice. Alrighty. So we got our lemons in here. I only have one on this side, and I got two on this side. Don't tell me it's not even, because when you work with florals and stuff, a lot of times things are in odd numbers. Those are like a focal item. You know, we had our florals were even, our greenery was even, but we got to have something uneven. So here we go. So let's see what, and see on top, I'm going to put some other greenery because you can see all the stems right there. So that's when I go into my stash. What I got going on over here? So I got all these little pieces that I will fasten into my zip ties. And that's why I save them. I save all these little pieces for just this moment. So then I don't want them big old springy things. So Patty says she's never heard that before. Always thought it was a feel bad for you. Cheryl says, I'm from the South and she's a nice person. I bet you are, Cheryl. But some people, if they say bless your heart, it's not being so nice. It's saying that you're dumb and I'm going to get you. So these I'm just going to layer in here and cover up a lot of those stems. I may glue some in just to, oh, I didn't want that in there. Where's my snips? Yes, crafters always have little bins of little, sometimes I call them tchotchkes, like little, thank you, Anita, just bits and pieces of stuff. Crafters have to have stuff, and we don't just have a little bit of stuff when we have a lot of stuff. Because at some point we might use it. It might be a few years, but we really might use it. Ouch! That was my elbow. These have some little yellow flowers on them, just so I can help blend that in. Right now, I'm just sticking it under. I think my zip tie is getting kind of full. Yep. Just sticking them under the zip tie. That's the right word. I actually have more than just one bin of little stuff. I probably have a lot of bins of little stuff. I'm trying to declutter. I'm going to be putting on my Etsy store a bunch of, I took one box and I took one picture of just all the flowers on my table. And I put it in a box and it's going to be like $25, $30. So I'm going to have a lot of, they're kind of called semi-mystery boxes. Mystery boxes, you usually don't see what's in them, or you don't know what's coming in them. But this one I got, like, sometimes I had signs that I'm probably not going to use, or I made too many, because, you know, I make sublimation signs for Rees. Hi, Cynthia. I'm a bow fluffer. I got to fluff, fluff, fluff. All right, guys. So here is our swag. We'll hang it up like this. I'll probably make that loop a little bit smaller. Everybody loves a lemon theme. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people do. So you can hang this in your house or on your porch or your patio. I'll take a picture of it and put it on my page after I get done fussing with it. Thank you, Patty. So I want to thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me. If you're not following me, I love to make new friends. I don't go live a whole lot, once or twice a week. I'm trying to go live a little more, but sometimes it's just a little too busy. Make sure you're part of Craft Around the Clock. this event that we were in today, Fun Florals, was a craft around the clock event, and I love doing them. I love themes and stuff. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, Cynthia. You have a blessed evening too, Cynthia. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Make sure you follow me and jump on over to YouTube, because if Mr. FB messes up, that's where I'll be. All right, guys. Have a great night. Talk to you later.